Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we are playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and following up on my falling price deals pulls, we are going to go ahead and trade our Sephiroth and our extra Namine that we got here. So let's go ahead, start off with the Sephiroth, who again has no traits, but at the same time we've got 101 traits coming our way. So hopefully that's enough to hit ground, aerial, extra attack, and strength plus 2000 twice. And that'll take us to 5 total traits that are good for our boy here. Alright, so here we go. First trait, let's see if we can get it in less, because again, the Sephiroth medal is available from the draw points banner, so if we get a second one that way, that would be super sweet. But as always, I'm expecting this first one to be defense plus 2000. It's always defense plus 2000. Oh, it's aerial. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, maybe this is my time to trade. Maybe if there was ever a time for me to trade medals, it is right now. So let's go ahead, keep trading our boy. Maybe we could just hit 5 in a row. Not likely, but maybe we could. So let's see here. Second trait. I really wanted to see how many defense plus 2000s we get, because you all know I have a very bad history with getting defense plus 2000 like 87 times. Max HP. Okay, not bad, not bad. Unfortunately, max HP, like, I don't even know why it's a trait. Oh, hang on just a second. I actually closed my screen, so I'm going to have to come back out. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Accidentally turned off the screen. But we hit max HP plus 800. Let's see how many more it takes us to get perfect traits. So again, max HP, I really don't get why it's a trait. I don't even get why it's a pet trait, because it does like nothing. Like, in no circumstance has HP ever been a limiting factor for most of the quests. We hit poison resist, which is not what we're looking for. But yeah, I don't really get max HP, like, at all, because the enemies are just so strong nowadays by the time it matters. So, like, the big bonus challenge, things like that, the enemies are so strong that they just completely obliterate you. Like, they literally push your face into the ground and then just keep punching you. So it's like, I don't even know why that was a choice to have max HP as a trait. Alright, well, let's see here. We've got a few more to go. A few more. We've got quite a bit more to go. But let's see. Maybe we should just let's just kind of speed roll it. Let's just kind of speed roll it, because like, if you all had to sit through 99 traits, that would be absurd. Oh my gosh, we got one of each resist, which is the last thing that we want to see on our Sephiroth, which is pretty bad. So again, we've got enough traits. We've got traits to spare. Max gauges, that is a lot better than HP for sure. Because as a reverse medal, Sephiroth actually costs 4 gauges, so if we got extra attack and didn't use like an SP skill or something on that, he would cost 8 total gauges, which is pretty bad. Max gauges plus 2 again. Okay, now I know I said good things about max gauges, but that doesn't mean I want to get them on this medal. Oh boy, 94. So we're almost at 10 total traits on our boy Sephiroth here. Let's see, this time we got HP. Yikes. Okay. It's such a bad feeling, and I've said this multiple times before, when you get a trait twice when you haven't hit a certain trait at least once. So, for example, like, I want extra, yo, let's go. Okay, well, we hit ground, which is good. Now what we need is extra attack and strength plus 1000 twice, which, again, 92 traits. We've hit 10 traits, and we got ground and aerial, which is pretty good already. But this is exactly what I was talking about with that falling price deal, is while it is a good deal, you need the traits. So unless you're VIP and you could buy the traits for 500 a piece right now, you need to somehow get the traits through like avatar boards and things like that. So it's really, really difficult to justify pulling from that falling price deal when there is a big chance that you can just whiff on the traits, and then you might as well have just saved your jewels at that point. That's why I'm saying, like, I already had the traits, and that's why I'm justifying that I pulled for these. Max gauges 4 times. That is crazy. That is pretty bananas when we haven't hit extra attack or strength once. So that's what I'm just saying. You know, when you hit that trait that you don't want to see multiple times. Okay, so remember how I said I normally get stricken with like defense plus 2000 a lot? I guess in this video it's going to be gauges a lot, which might be more important for the Namine, but we'll see. Ground again, unfortunately it doesn't stack. There is no such thing as ground enemy defense, minus 120%. So we just have to keep going. We hit the ground, which is good. So now we just need extra attack, strength, not damage and raids for sure. It's so funny. I want damage and raids, just not on certain traits, like, or not on certain medals. Like on certain medals, I'd be like, give me all the damage and raids. But on this one, I need the extra attack. Ah, dang. Okay. So no extra attack, no strength, and we've rolled so far... How many have we rolled? We've rolled 17 traits? 17 traits, and we haven't hit him at least once. Strength, all right, here we go. Sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and start from the bottom. Because I always like when my traits are in like a nice little orderly fashion where it's like some form of ground, aerial, extra attack, and then the 2 strength plus 1,000s. That's why I always say it like that, because that's how I want my list to look. All right, let's see. 18, poison resist. Yikes. Now what we're looking for. Or this is 19. I don't even remember. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. Okay, this is officially trait number 20. So that was 19. So, ooh, there's our first defense plus 2,000. So we've rolled 20 traits, no extra attack yet. So this is starting to feel like the Axel thing all over again, where I rolled 40 traits and didn't get 1 extra attack. It's starting to feel kind of spooky, but not anymore, y'all. All right, we got the extra attack. So now we just need the strength plus 1,000. Again, normally I don't chase for strength plus 1,000, but we've got 81 traits. Like, to not use them is almost irresponsible for me, because I've had them since November, but I guess we get to save some more. All right, so we hit perfect traits on our Sephiroth, and it took 22 traits. So again, hitting that 20 to 30 trait range is the total amount that you need on average for a perfect traits. So that's why I'm saying, like, you pull from the falling price deal, sure, you have some avatar coins, but you don't have like 20 something to be able to perfectly trade a medal. So just keep that in mind. That's why I pulled. I had the traits, and it took 22. So keep that in mind. We're going to be doing this again for the Namine. Now, what we should do is start trading the second one first. 99 traits, again, is a good amount of traits to pretty much get everything that we're looking for. But what we're looking for on this Namine is to make her an attacker, and then we'll make that previous one my buffer one, because that has paralysis resist 100%, which is more important. So, all right, we start super strong with extra attack 40% power, which is what you always want on any buffer, unless there's some sort of weird extraneous circumstance. But right now what we're looking for is ground, aerial, and strength plus 1,000 twice. So we start off with extra attack. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2. No, we hit defense plus 2,000. Yikes. I don't even want that on my buffering Namine. So luckily, again, 99 traits. That is a crazy ton to get everything that we want. Hopefully. You all saw that Axel video again. We hit the strength plus 1,000. That's super good. So what we need now, we only need 3 more traits to make this Namine what we want. And then we'll go ahead and trade the other Namine to make it exactly what we're looking for. So on the other Namine, I'm looking for that extra attack, and then maybe poison resist 80% would be pretty sweet, because it's already got paralysis resist. So at that point, I just need like more resists, or I can use more gauges. So that Namine, we are looking for not attacking traits. We're looking for traits that'll be useful in multiple setups. So for example, if I go into an enemy that poisons me, I guess, I want to be able to resist that. And I want to have some sort of generic medal. Let's get the ground. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. But I want to be able to have that Namine just be a generic buffer where I can use her in almost any setup, and I don't have to worry about having paralysis resist on other medals. I don't want to have to worry about having poison resist on other medals. I just load all of the resist traits onto the Namine so that I can just use it in multiple different setups. So damage and raids, I would probably aim for a damage and raids Namine if I had a second one, but considering that I've only got the 2, one's got to be for attacking, the other one's got to be for buffering for me, because Namine is still not a weak medal. Namine is a great medal. If I made her an attacker, I could put her later on in the Keyblade setup for things like enemies that will remove my buffs in the middle of my turn. I just throw that Namine in the slot right after, like I lose all my buffs, and then she just restores them instantly. And that is a good deal to me. So 1 for buffering, 1 for attacking. Seems like a good deal to me. Namine is still, in my opinion, the best medal in the game. Buffering capacity is great. Attacking strength is great. They literally have to plan the other medals that come after her to have higher strength. Because if they don't, like the Pooh and the the Piglet and the Rabbit, they don't have a higher strength than Namine. They're still tier 10, sure. But the fact that they don't have higher stats then the medal, which is more or less the standard at this point, is like not good. So 99 traits. How many are we at right now? I'm not even paying attention to how many traits we've gone through. We're still looking for only 2 traits though, which is we're starting to get towards the wire here. We've spent 9 traits. That's like nothing. We've still got a crazy ton of traits left. So let's see what we get on this one. HP again, not what we're looking for. Again, not even on our buffer are we looking for max HP. I feel like the only time max HP would matter is if you had a medal that had like max HP plus 4,000 or something like that. Like every single trait on there is max HP. That is the only scenario where I think it might be useful. I can't even guarantee it would be useful because, again, enemies hit you for billions of damage sometimes, and there's no way, even with defense plus, or defense boost max 6, I don't think it would cut the damage down enough for you to still be able to live after it. So, ooh, extra attack. If only we had another Namine to put this one on. But unfortunately, not what we're looking for. We already got 1 extra attack. Now we just need the strength plus 1,000 and the aerial enemy defense minus 60%. Let's go ahead and move a little bit faster here, just because in case we do need to do 99 traits, I don't want y'all having to sit for that. That would be absolutely brutal on you. But now, honestly, it's just me talking about like good strategies like that. Aerial, let's go. So, you know what? I feel like I might want to just save some of these traits because this Namine isn't going anywhere. You know what I mean? Namine is going to be a relevant medal for a long time. So we're going to go ahead, switch over to this Namine, and hopefully roll poison resist 20% multiple times. Again, this is a really specific case, but I have paralysis resist 100% on her already. Rather than keeping her as an attacking medal with a pet trait that's very hard to come by, again, it's only 1% to roll paralysis resist 100%. I'd rather stack on a bunch of poison resists to make sure that I can use this Namine in any setup. I can use her on a Dark Gnaw. I can use her on a counterpoint. I could use her on a bad guy breaker. So that sort of generacy is what you want. Generacy I don't think is a word. That sort of genericness is what you want to see in a medal that you put in every single setup. Again, Namine, as a buffer, is going to go earlier on in the Keyblade. So she's probably going to be like the first slot, for example. So you don't even worry about the slot that she's in. If the slot that she's in is upright magic, doesn't matter because you're using her as a buffer. So at that point, the damage doesn't matter. That's why I'm okay overwriting these traits, because that paralysis resist 100% comes less frequently than any of the other traits. So I'm totally okay overwriting the fact that this is more or less a perfect damaging Namine, the fact that I have to overwrite her skill, just because that 1% pet trait is very hard to come by. Okay, sorry about that little pause there. Again, my casting kind of broke, so we had to reset. But our first roll on this one is going to be strength plus 1,000, which is sort of unfortunate just because that could have gone on the other Namine. So what we're looking for is honestly poison resist 20% 4 times, because then I have a Namine that's got perfect paralysis resist, near perfect poison resist, literally 80% can get you through a lot. That's like literally 1 every 5 hits that cast poison is actually going to hurt you. So let's get rid of the strength first. So we'll get rid of these in like the right order, where I save the extra attack for sure, but we get rid of the strengths first because those are the most extra. Those are the ones that you don't really care about. So we'll get rid of those first, then we'll move to the ground and aerial, because that could still sort of be relevant if I don't end up with all these poison resists that I'm looking for. So let's see. Second trait roll on our already perfect Namine is... Oh man, maybe I should go back to the other Namine, right? Maybe I should start rolling for her, because then maybe one of these strength plus 1,000s will carry over. So we're looking for poison resist, which is funny. We're never looking for poison resist. Like 99% of the time, we're not looking for poison resist. But this is that 1% where we really want these resist traits. But we keep hitting strength. Okay, you know what? Let's go to the other one. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. That's not smart. That is not smart, because I can almost guarantee the minute I go back to the other one, it's going to give me like defense plus 2,000. I'm going to be like, darn it. All right. Let's see what we got for this one. Resist. Okay, you know what? 3 times in a row is non-coincidental. So let's go ahead. Let's try the other one. No, it's not a smart idea. It's like I'm just getting kind of spooked up by the fact that there are 11 traits in the pool, and then we got the same one 3 times. That's pretty statistically unlikely. So, don't give us strength. Okay, extra attack. Unfortunately, we've already got extra attack, so we're not looking for it now. So let's see if we can hit. We just need poison resist. That's really all we're looking for. Maybe if we do it quicker, we'll be able to get there faster. Max gauges. Okay. Max gauges is better than strength for, again, purposes of what we're looking for. We are looking for a buffer metal. We are looking for something that has use in every single Keyblade. Again, ground and aerial don't matter if you put Namine in the wrong slot to begin with, so we're just looking for something that will be useful always. Paralysis resist, while it is a good resist, we already have paralysis resist 100% on this, so I'm not super concerned about that. Let's keep rolling along and seeing if we can hit poison resist, or even sleep resist would be super good. So let's get rid of aerial here, and we might just end up with a Namine that gives us max gauges +8, which is kind of funny. But we're looking for poison resist. Sleep resist. Okay, I'll take sleep resist over ground. Again, for purposes of what we're using this metal for. I'm not saying that ground is a worse metal than sleep resist. I'm just saying know where to put your traits. Because people have told me to put damaging traits on my buffer. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Because you want your buffer to be used in every single Keyblade setup that you possibly can. And in all those setups, you might need poison resist. You might need paralysis resist. But you don't want to sacrifice traits on your damaging metals in order to have those resist traits. We hit our first poison resist, which is good. So let's get rid of this max gauges. So again, we're looking for a Namine we can use in every single setup. And to that extent, it's better to give up the damaging traits and put on resist, put on those max gauges, put on all those things that we say you don't normally want, because you don't want to sacrifice trait slots on other metals that are going to be your damaging metals. So for example, let's just say I rolled poison resist 100% on Sephiroth. I don't want that as my pet trait. I want strength +2000, but it might be necessary to complete a quest. It might be required in order for you to beat it with consistency, because sometimes you get hit with poison, sometimes you get hit with paralysis. So I'm just saying, make sure you know where to put your traits. In my experience of playing this game for like 1,420 days, your buffer is not designed to do damage, so don't give it damaging traits. Defense +2000 is not bad, but it is certainly not what we're looking for. Again, HP, defense, all of those things are pretty irrelevant unless you're playing like a crazy amount of PvP. That is the point where that defense really matters. So let's see what we got. I don't even know what trait roll this is for our Namine. We have, ironically though, rolled perfect traits for this Namine. Like, if we were going for damage, we have already rolled perfect traits because we rolled strength +1000 3 times, we rolled extra attack, we rolled ground, we rolled aerial. So it's like the one time... Okay. Yeah, we've rolled like perfect traits, but not perfect for purposes that we're using it for. So, feels a little bad, to be honest, because this is like the one time we're looking for... This is like the one time we're looking for resist traits, but we're not getting them. We've only hit 3 total resist traits. 1 poison, 1 sleep, 1 paralysis. What we need is just 3 more poison resists. Paralysis resist, again, is not good for this metal because it already has paralysis resist 100%. We're looking for other resist traits, Namine. Give us a few other resist traits because this is the one we want to save traits for. Because Sephiroth, I suspect, will be outdated within the next 4 or 5 months. That's what I'm expecting. If not sooner. It might honestly be sooner. They might just drop a crazy reverse metal that gives like plus 10,000 base strength. I don't really know. But they love Sephiroth, so... I would suspect a better Sephiroth metal might be coming out with the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is coming out in about a month. So just keep your eyes peeled because they love Final Fantasy VII. They love giving Sephiroth every single metal under the sun for every single tier that ever existed. Man, we've hit paralysis resist 3 times, but we need the poison resist. That's what we want. So yeah, they love giving... Literally, Sephiroth has had a tier 4. I don't know if he had a tier 5. He had a tier 6, a tier 8, a tier 9, a tier 10. Did he have a tier 9? Now think about it. I don't know if Sephiroth had a tier 9 metal. Maybe it's only even numbers past 4. So he had a 4 for sure. He had a 6 for sure. Because that was Sephiroth EX. And then he had an 8 for sure. That was the first Supernova metal to ever drop, Supernova Sephiroth. And then he has a tier 10 in the form of Dissidia Sephiroth. And then he's gonna, maybe, I don't know, maybe No, there's no way they're going to introduce tier 12 by April. That's just way too soon. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not sure. What I'm really wondering right now is why haven't we hit poison resist multiple times already? 60 traits might get us there. It might. But I'm not 100% sure. Damage and raids. Oof. What is this? I think it's only like the 4th damage and raids we've hit all night. So, nothing to complain about there. But yeah, they're likely going to print a new Cloud. Maybe Cloud will be tier 11. Maybe that'll be the one that we get. Another paralysis. Oh my gosh. If only this had poison resist 100% on it, we would be set. Because then we just loaded up the other slots with paralysis resist. Come on, poison resist. Poison. Sleep. Okay, we'll take sleep over gauges at this point. Because again, just adding more genericness to this medal. If we have an enemy that puts us to sleep, guess what? Our Namine's got sleep resist 40%. That's a good amount. That's 2 of every 5 hits is gonna be negated by our sleep resist. But we want poison. Poison is the one we're looking for because we are way more likely to get inflicted by poison. A lot of enemies give poison. The Queen Bee gives poison. Nightmare Charithian, the Keyblade War gives poison. So there's a lot of things that hit you with poison, and that's what we want to protect ourselves against. Again, we are hitting, I think this is like our 5th ground that we've hit on Namine so far. So 54 traits left. We just want a solid defensive Namine. That is what we are looking for. We are looking for resist traits, which is so strange because I think we've rolled like 30 traits on this Namine. And we've hit multiple resists, but they were all paralysis, which is like the last one we're looking for out of all of them. So realistically, we are looking for 2 out of 11 traits, which is still like a decent % chance. Yes, okay, we got the poison. So now we've got poison resist 40%, sleep resist 40%, and paralysis resist 100% on this Namine, which is such a good deal, just having that defensive capability. So I'll go as low as 30 traits on this Namine, because again, I suspect that I'm going to run into another Namine some other time, maybe from the draw points banner, and I don't want to have a traitless Namine. I'd rather just have a decent amount of traits, because again, 20 to 30 traits is usually a good amount for a perfect medal. So we'll go 20 more traits. Hopefully we hit poison resist 20% twice. That's what we're looking for in this last piece, instead of hitting ground enemy defense again. Okay, game, I'll make a deal with you. So we want those traits on different medals, okay? So for now, not later, for now, just give us poison resist. I am speaking with the game. Shh. We're negotiating. So just give me resist now, and then give me the damaging ones later. No, that is literally the opposite of what we asked for. Okay, which is funny because actually if I got another Elsa, my current Elsa, the one I use literally for everything, has damage and raids 100%. So, ooh, sleep resist. Not as important as poison resist. Poison resist is by far more important just because of the number of enemies that hit you with poison. But my Elsa right now has damage and raids 100%, so I'm hoping to get another Elsa. Nuts. We could have had sleep resist 80%. Nuts. Okay. But going back to the Elsa, so it has perfect traits. It's got the ground, aerial, extra attack, strength plus 2000, but it's got the pet trait, damage and raids 100%. So I just want a second Elsa to give perfect traits to. That way I can just make that way I can make that one Elsa just a strictly raiding medal, because then it would have damage and raids like, what is it? 360% and then extra attack 40%. That'd be pretty broken. That is pretty disgustingly good. Oof, strength plus 1000. Okay. Maybe if I rewatch this video, I'll figure out how many times we could have had a perfectly traded damaging medal by this point, because we've definitely hit the traits enough times. Yikes. Okay, so we've hit enough for sleep resist 80%. We've hit enough for paralysis resist 80%. Why have we not hit enough for poison resist 80%? We got 13 more traits, game. 13 more. Make it happen. Ah, ground. This is like our 8th ground. See, this now it's the opposite of what I was saying earlier, where we weren't hitting extra attack with the Lee. Now we're not hitting the poison resist with the Namine, which is very, very strange. But again, we're looking for literally one trait out of 11. It's a 9% chance of us finding what we're looking for right now. So I'm not surprised we haven't hit it, but at the same time, after the number of traits that we've thrown at this Namine, I'm very surprised that we haven't hit it. Sleep resist, man, it's the wrong resist. It's the wrong resist. That's the wrong one. Okay, 10 more traits to hit poison resist 2 more times, because that would be a perfect Namine to me. As a buffer, that would be perfect. Paralysis resist 100, poison resist 80%, not damage and rates 200%, like we pretty much have gotten to this point. Oh, this is so crazy. I'm sure some people are watching this and they're like cringing, thinking like this is just the wrong trait for the wrong metal, but otherwise they're fantastic traits to get. Just not ground, not aerial, not strength. Darn it. Darn it. I literally think we've hit 4 of every single trait except for poison resist. I think that's the one that we haven't hit 4 of. Everything else, like extra attack, ground, aerial, strength, we've hit at least like 4 times of each one of them. Defense. Okay. Now what we're looking for. We're looking for that young poison resist, so just give us that. 7 more traits, and then we stop. Because again, that Namine, we always want to have traits for Namine. We want to be able to roll extra attack on future Namines that we might be getting. Because again, best metal in format right now. Best metal, buffer for the game. Strength. Nuts. Oh boy. I was really hoping we could have at least hit like 3 poison resists at the very least, because 60% is really good. That means 3 every 5 hits of poison are getting effectively blocked by the Namine. Come on, Namine. Bring out that poison resist. Nuts. Max HP. Okay. I think we rolled, so I think we started at 80 traits for Namine, and now we're down to 35. All right. Oh boy. Please, poison resist. Please, please, gauges. No. No, 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 no. We have the extra attack and the paralysis resist. We do have some poison and some sleep resist, so we're good. This is, as of right now, this is still a really, really strong metal. Whew, we've rolled strength plus 1,000 like 8 times. It's so sad because it's like, I wish those could have just all been paralysis resist for this metal. I can guarantee you I'm gonna pull a metal that I want like strength traits out of and extra attack, all that jazz, and we're gonna get like paralysis resist like 250%, which is not even possible because it only comes as 20%. All right, how many more do we got left? So we've got 2 left, and there's no way they're gonna be back-to-back poison resist. Like, we might have hit strength plus 1,000 3 times in a row earlier, but we're definitely not gonna hit poison resist twice in a row here, and we're about to show that right now. Extra attack. Okay. I think I had enough extra attacks to just load this entire Namine with extra attacks. So let's do one more, and then we save 30. Because again, 20 to 30 traits to make a perfect metal. If we get another Namine, we want to be able to give her traits. So this, I am hoping, is 1 more poison resist. Just 1 more. 1 more. Ah, nuts. Okay. So it is max gauges. So this is the Namine that we end up with. Again, we want to use her as a buffer. So unfortunately, one of those strength plus 1,000s could have gone on the other Namine, but nowadays metals are being released with higher strength than Namine, so I'm not super concerned. This is what we end up with. Let's actually do some pet training. So because I pulled 6 times from the trait banner, I can do a little bit of extra pet training. So let's go ahead and trait our Sephiroth and our new Namine. Actually, let's trait the Lee. That seems like a good idea too. And this Sephiroth. So let's see what we can roll. Let's see, because this is the only one I'm doing for today. I actually rolled a little bit earlier for my pet traits. So let's see if we can hit extra attack 120, because that's what we desperately need on this metal. Yo! Okay. We're not going to argue with that. That's for sure. Well, that's a very easy decision right there. Let's see if we could do it again. Does lightning strike twice? Ah, sleep resist, 20%. All right, we're still being poisoned with things that are not the actual poison resist. But yes, this is the Namine that becomes my new buffer. So again, it's got sleep resist, poison resist. That's a good amount of resist right there. Paralysis resist. This is the new Namine that's going to be my attacking one. Unfortunately, it's plagued with that max gauges. But again, you don't chase for strength plus 1,000. I can't stress that enough. Don't chase for that extra 1,000 strength if it's going to cost you a lot of extra resources. And lastly, yeah, here's my strength Namine. Here's my buffer Namine, and then that's a Sephiroth trait medal. But here is my finalized Kingdom Hearts Dissidia Sephiroth for the evening. So with that being said, that is the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. As always, my Discord is available right there in case you want to join, get some off-hours help when I'm not making videos, when I'm not responding to comments. I do still respond in my Discord there. But with that being said, again, that is the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, take it easy.